What's going on, everyone? So, according to Mark Stein, the Los Angeles Lakers are hiring Jeremy Hossapple as their new head strength and conditioning coach. The Stein line has learned. As Dallas athletic performance director, Hossapple was named as the NBA's top strength and conditioning coach in March of 2021. So, this is huge, right? Because one, Lakers needed to fill that position. Two, right? This is another example of what the Lakers were talking about and began building out last season, right? You saw when the Lakers hired JJ Redick, one of the reasons why they liked hiring JJ Redick was because he was young enough to kind of build, grow, and they really wanted to carve out that culture, that identity. They wanted to become an organization that is known for building, developing, establishing, and growing players, right? Like, hey, if you want to, have the best success of your career, you need to be a Laker. You want to, you want to be the healthiest that you can have and healthiest you can be and have the best strength and the best conditioning and the best medical team and this, that, and the other. You need to come to the Los Angeles Lakers. And you saw them last offseason, completely tear it all down and rebuild everything. Right? And ended up bringing in Dr. Sims, who was the Team USA basketball health and fitness coach, and and then before that he was like the track and field guy and stuff. And you see them bringing in all these guys that they're really looking to kind of build this out. I also don't think that this is a coincidence with Mark Walter, right? Because reports when the Mark Walter thing came to light was that, hey, this has been in the works for years. This has been in the works for a while. Like, this wasn't something that just kind of came out of left field and it was like, wow, that was surprising. No, this was something that was known and worked upon for a while, right? I don't think it's a coincidence that the Lakers start to revamp their front office, start to revamp, all of their health coaches and fitness and training and doctors and all this stuff. They start doing all that, and then fast forward 12 months, and all of a sudden, Mark Walters is the new majority owner, right? Because guess what? He did the same thing with the Dodgers, right? The Los Angeles Dodgers. He went and really kind of flushed out and cleaned out and got the top equipment and medical team and all that stuff. Because you're the Lakers. You're in Los Angeles. You're in LA. Right? You have UCLA Medical. You have all these things. You should be the number one place in all of sports. One of the biggest sports franchises, period, right? Like, you should have the best doctors, the best trainers, the best dietitians, the best everything, right? And this is something that I've talked about, like with Mark Walters, that this is where you're going to see his deep pockets come to play, right? The NBA has salary cap. Like MLB, you can go and buy championships. Right? You can't really do that in basketball. Right? They have the aprons now, and like the CBA is more restrictive than it's ever been. Right? So how does he and his money, how does that impact this Lakers organization? And it's like doing things like this. Hiring the best health and medical team, the best dietitians, the best doctors, right? Going in and putting together the best training facilities. Right? Like, don't be surprised if in a couple years we get word that the Lakers are building a new, $8 million or $8 billion, training facility and a new stadium and all that stuff, right? Like, this kind of just is the small moves that are going to lead to that. I've talked about, like, the things on the actual basketball court will likely be, like, you'll probably never see an Alex Caruso situation again, right? It's like, hey, is this guy good enough? Yes. Is he worth us paying and getting into the tax for it? Yes. Okay, then do it. Keep him. Make it happen, right? Like, I don't think you'll see those situations, right? So, obviously, look, guys lose, teams lose guys and give up on guys too early and stuff like that. So you'll have, but it won't be a blatant, like Alex Caruso was blatant. It was like, what are we doing? We're really trying to save a couple $1 million by getting rid of our best, two-way player? Like I don't think something like that to that extreme will happen, right? But more than anything, it's going to be the outside of things. It's going to be, again, the training facilities, right? Building and growing our G League department, right? Like, the Lakers have never really been that, hey, let's draft, grow, and develop guys. Usually they'll draft guys, and Lakers have been really good at drafting guys over the last, 15 years or so. But usually it's like, hey, let's compile these guys, let's get these guys to then package them together to go get that star, right? But with the new CBA, you're going to need to be better at developing and growing and having that sort of farm system, right? Like Lakers are going to have to make that adjustment, especially even if they create a new CBA. They're still probably going to have some restrictions in it. I hope they're not as like extreme as these ones are, but there's probably still going to be some restrictions in it. And you're going to need to put yourself in a position to be able to have those next waves. Because with the new aprons and all that stuff, at least for the foreseeable future, right, you're going to have to make those adjustments to where you're going to have guys that you do grow and develop that are just going to price themselves out, right? Jake LaRavia, let's say in 2 years, he is like fantastic, right? And he's just like an OG type. And we're just like, wow, right? But he wants $40-50 million. Right? But we have, we have Luka, who he's going to get his next contract. And then let's say a Dude Theoro is just emerging into another one of those guys, right? It's like, okay, we're not going to be able to pay everybody, right? So you're going to need to get off of, let's say a Jake LaRavia, but then you're going to need those next wave of guys to come in, even just role players, even back of the end, back of the bench guys. You're going to have the 7th, 8th, 9th guy, right? Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt and all these guys, they all depart. You need those next wave of guys to come in. Yeah, you're going to have free agency, you're going to have things, but if you can develop guys, if you can build that culture, build that system, build that organization, build that farm system to where you can develop guys to a level to where it's like, hey, these guys, get those diamonds in the roughs, find those other Austin Reeves type players, right? Like, again, I don't think Austin Reeves is a super duper star like people make him out to be, but he is a very good basketball player, right? Can you find those kind of guys? Can you get those gems? Arthur Kaluma, can he evolve into, an OG type or something, right? Like, you find these guys, you develop these guys, you build out your medical team, you build out your health and fitness team, you build out your conditioning team, you build out this, right? Like, for example, like Lakers don't have a pro scouting department. They have, college, like to go and do the draft stuff. They don't have a pro one. Which is why it's like, man, like, why isn't this guy good for us? Because, Lakers are just kind of looking at like, oh, what is his stats last year? Okay, let's bring him in, right? Like, rather than seeing like all the little details, right? Like, so, those little things can be a big difference. Because now all of a sudden, right, you're giving guys like Jackson Hayes and stuff player options and stuff. And you saw how last year it kind of hurt us, right? But that's because like, they don't know. They're just like, hey, this guy is an NBA player and he had some pretty decent stats last year and we can get him on a vet minimum. So let's just keep him, right? And then, hey, he's not going to opt it. But if you have that department, they can go, no. He's not worth, like, if you want to get him, but he's not worth the player option. Make it a team option, right? Like, those little differences can go a long way. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.